Comes to motivation, engagement, or development. I think we have this idea, of course, traditionally it was easier when we conflated development with promotions. If
Right.
everybody wanted up the ladder, then you just paint everybody with the same brush. You just give everybody the same development and hope everybody, climbs up appropriately. Um, but one size does not fit all. And so as a leader, you do need to be able to step back and understand the complexion of your team and what's motivating and interesting and important to everyone at any given time, and know that that's going to change over time. And so the
Right.
relationship that managers and employees have, that open, candid communication, is really the lifeblood of that understanding in any effort for development, because I'm increasingly talking about development being a bespoke experience. It is developed, created, encapsulated for an audience of one, that
Right.
one employee. And so that was the first thing, one size doesn't fit all. And for leaders, it's a double-edged sword, because it means staying abreast of what's going on with your folks, but at the same time, it gives you so much greater range in terms of what you can bring to the relationship to elevate that level of engagement and satisfaction.
Right.
So that was one thing. Then you're asking about, sort of, and again, it sort of goes back to, how do we shift the mindsets and the hearts of both managers and employees? So for managers, what I would say is the message around the multidimensional career framework is very welcome.
Mm.
It's helpful, hopeful information that takes the dread and the fear and the loathing out of career development, because it offers a menu of alternative ways to help people grow that are all in a manager and employee sphere of influence. So
Right.
the framework itself helps managers. Now, with employees, one of the things I was concerned about, to be honest with you, was burdening managers with this book, with this framework, having to sell employees on the idea that promotions are so yesterday. I mean, that's a heavy lift for managers. And so what we did was to develop an online self-assessment that employees can take. It's free. It takes about 15 minutes. Folks log on and they go through a process of looking at sets of statements and figuring out which of these is most and least interesting to me right now.
Right.
Just going through the exercise is really instructive, because people start to think, oh, career is a little bit bigger, and they've never had to think about really how these things stack up. Anyway, they go through the assessment, takes 10 or 15 minutes, and then they get an emailed report that lays out what their greatest down to least interesting dimensions are. It gives some analysis, a deep dive into their top interest, and it gives them a series of reflection questions so that they can prepare for a meaningful conversation with their boss. So in a way, the self-assessment disarms, the situation. It starts to educate the employee, helps to build a different mindset, an expansive definition of career development. So then the manager and the employee can come together and have a really powerful conversation.